We are here, you guys. This is our first actual recorded interview of January 2025. And we are here with the renowned cardiologist and CEO of BioAero in Calgary, Anmol Kapoor, Dr. Anmol Kapoor. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Thank you so much for sitting with us today. You invited us to this beautiful studio in Calgary, Alberta, SAD Entertainment Studio. You were just recording with your wife, Raman, a new content, I guess, hey, when I came in.
Yes. And essentially learning a few tips how to stay healthy and how to stay young forever.
This is something that we all care about, you guys, is health, wellness, longevity.
Yes.
We have chosen Anmol for our wellness cover. For all of 2025, you'll be seeing him as our Canadian icon.
Wow. Thank you so much.
You know, I
appreciate
chose
that.
these words for you because of how long we've known each other. So before we dive into who Anmol is, his values, what he's about, he wears his heart on his sleeve, you guys. So I think you can kind of see who he is just from his videos on socials and when we meet. So back in like 2012 is when we started the magazine. And from
is that far away? Eh?
It was a long time ago. I'm a little bit older now.
It's like 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was such a dream of mine, yeah.
Still look young.
You do too.
Thank
I'm
you.
Romanian, okay? I've got some European blood in me.
Yeah.
I didn't do too much sun in my life. But anyways, more about you. When we met, you and your wife and another partner, friends that I know, were doing the Dill Walk Gala.
Yeah.
And that was one of the most fancy events at the time that I was starting to be in the Calgary film and TV industry. And it was this like gorgeous, glamorous charity event for your heart,
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And so we first met you there, and we actually had photographed you with Kevin Stenhouse, is who shot that, back in 2000. And I brought the magazine today with your picture. And I thought how full circle this is for me in my business and where I'm at in my career, where I'm moving forward, moving up. And as are you. You're everywhere in the media, and you're really making a huge change with BioAero in Calgary and in Dubai and your clinics that you have. So the content that you're making has been being shown not just in Calgary, globally. And we had our last cover star, Leela Ahir, and she recommended you for the cover.
Thank you. Thank you. She's a sweetheart. She's my sister, and she's kind and generous, and she's just an amazing friend. To all, exactly. And she carries her heart on her
sleeve, like
exactly. So you see about who she is, so I'm honored about recommending my name.
Yeah.
So thankful to her.
Well, you know, something for me, you know, I am Romanian in my background, and I love to support marginalized cultures and people that you wouldn't think that are, you know, on top of their game. And I'm always following people. It has nothing to do about culture, what you believe in, anything. But I love when I can help people of culture. It's my thing, actually. So I do feel like you have such an amazing story. I've listened to so many of your podcasts about how your dad was a pharmacist and you were like an ultimate manifester. I wanted to make sure people knew that, of how you've prayed, you're very religious, you're a family man, you have children, and you do this business with your family. Like, that's like, from where I met you a long time ago, you have shot up to the point where like you're an icon in Canada, and especially to us in Calgary, because that's where you live. But we want to get more into, you're a philanthropist, an entrepreneur, you're getting into movies and going to become a big star. So like, okay, he's on our cover now, guys. We had him first.
Well, thank you so much. And I produced movies.
Yeah.
I have not acted in the movies yet.
But we will. I say things before they come often, and this is my thing, my intuition.
It is possible.
Well, with you being on our cover, you know, and we market our magazine to Los Angeles and to other places.
So what kind of role I should have in a movie, like a villain or the hero? or sidekick?
You could be like, no, you're not a sidekick. You would definitely be a good hero as yourself, like playing any type of doctor. But, I watch all of those murder shows. You would be an awesome doctor that you wouldn't think is bad. You could play that, maybe.
Oh, okay, so we can have murder mystery. So I could be part of murder mystery.
You could be.
Yeah.
But I think the hero. I could see you playing that first, guys.
I could be the killer
like
no one suspects.
Yeah. Because you're like so nice. No, usually you can tell that they're bad when they're those characters. But no, I would say you're like a leading man and part of the lead cast. But I do see a lot of things changing in the industry as we get older, as our heroes of who we watch on TV, who we read, everyone's getting older. Longevity is a thing. Okay. Yep. Like I'm even thinking about starting to do NAD and shoot that up in me. Cause like, if anyone knows what that is, it's what all the stars are doing apparently. So a lot of people in film and TV care very much about the way they look and want to have a long, healthy, happy life. The rapid amount of cancer that's happens in our country is a lot more than in Europe. Mm-hmm. So
that's true.
We're here not to talk so much about how we can change everything, because you guys are going to follow Anmol for like the whole year. We're going to promote you and what you're doing with BioAero, your team, and just follow the journey that you're experiencing as you're growing your own business and you're at your top of your game right now. So where you started was in India. So you're not even from this country, and you're making a bigger splash than most people who are from here. So we want to know like the truth behind who you are, of like how you got to where you are now. You put so much work, money, time, investment, thought into other people and health and wellness. And you make it look glamorous and fun. You dress up very nice. You and your wife are very good-looking people, and people love you who know you. But let's get more into why you do this and why you care about this so much. As a kid, you said that you used to call yourself a doctor before you were even a doctor. So you always inherently knew inside that you were meant to do big things and help people. So why heart? Why doctor? Let's get into it from thing.
So why heart? Why doctor? I don't think so. I picked these fields because I wanted to pick them.
Okay.
I think it's a destiny. What I am doing is all part of my destiny. I am just open to the challenge. I'm just open to know what is next for me. So what I'm doing today, sitting down with you, recording this interview or the podcast, it wasn't planned a long time ago. It is just an impromptu last minute, right?
We did the interview for his story already.
So it's part of destiny. So I'm a true believer of destiny. So what's in store of me for the future, I don't know. But my mind is open. And I'm looking for that next thing. And something that awakens my soul, enriches my soul, opens my mind. And whatever it could be, I don't know. So I had this attitude since my childhood. Always tried new things, failures, successes. I never get bothered by money, have money, not have money. Because we came from a poor family. I didn't have a lot of assets in our family. So yes, we had a good home, but we didn't have a TV much. We had a black and white TV with a shutter opening and closing. I still remember my grade 10 when we got the color TV. We didn't have any car in my family. No one was able to afford it. My dad has a tiny pharmacy. Mom was a clerk in a very small office there. So you can imagine, basically you have enough money, you can feed your family, but not enough you can go and travel overseas or have a vacation. And our vacations were around the city area. We didn't go anywhere. So my first flight was to Russia when I took it. And in fact, I was the first person in my family taking an overseas flight and going out of India. Or any other flight, even within India. So there are so many firsts I had to do, or I kept doing it.
You broke barriers within your own generation.
Yeah, so it's a destiny. So why I keep doing still, many doctors of my age or younger, older age, they tend to hit a peak. They tend to say, look, we worked hard, we got to medical school, we became a specialist, we got married, we have kids, now we're going to do a 9 to 5 job, build some assets, and then retire after that.
Yeah.
And there's a typical journey of a doctor. Okay. So yes, they have may own couple plaza buildings, they own a few other properties, some may invest into stock and bonds, whatever they do it, and they retire comfortably and they retire quite well. But that's not something I'm looking for, because
You want to do it bigger and
cause
change lives in a huge capacity.
because life and death has been in my hands. People have died in these hands, and I have saved people with these hands. So I have seen a difference of life and death. It's just a second. It's literally a second. So in those seconds, you can say, like, I own these assets, I own these buildings, this plaza, these lands. So when the heart is not beating, and I have seen many times the heart is not beating, the person is dead, it's useless, means nothing. Doesn't matter who you are. You could be the president of the country, or the sheikh or the sultan of a kingdom. It means nothing. It's useless for you at that time. So what is more important? Living life, not accumulating all these assets which will be behind here before we're gone, right? So after we're gone. So what matters is living life to the maximum. So that's my motto. I want to live life to the maximum. I don't want to have anything left behind in my heart that I didn't do it.
Wow.
And I have nothing. So if today is my last day, I was my happy last day. But tomorrow will be my last will be happy day, because I don't have anything left in my mind I have not done, which I want to do.
You do live life to the fullest. Like, I'm not somebody that does that lifestyle. And it's inspiring to me that you want to help and leave quite the legacy in something that's I don't even quite understand. So your clinics and BioAero, I think even before Leela was a part of the business, which is awesome. And I see that you guys travel the world. Your group is going to do, like, you are never here when I message you and then randomly you're here. I never know, how would I know your schedule? But it shows that, like, how much you're needed in other countries and setting up the clinics over there. It looks so beautiful, your clinic, all the videos that you guys post out there.
In Dubai.
In Dubai. I think, I'm really into, like, reality shows and, like, Dubai bling I've been watching and thinking, like, even now, like, the ladies need to meet you and go there and experience that. So let's talk about BioAero more. From the time that I met you in 2016 or something before then, I wanted to actually ask, what were you up to? You were being a cardiologist in clinic and everything, and now you have your own. So that feat of wanting to have that dream, where did that come from? Like, there must be something where you saw something was missing and you're like, all right, Rahman, we're doing this. We're making our own.
No.
We're not doing our own. What happened with that?
No, it all happened with destiny. I'm a destiny
We're
believer.
going to remember that.
Always remember that.
Okay.
So when I graduated from Winnipeg doing cardiology, so I was looking for a job, and we had 2 little kids, and the focus was the dream of a doctor. So you achieved the goal, you became a cardiologist, you broke many glass ceilings, it's time to settle down. So I was looking for a job. So the job I was looking for, I couldn't get the job. So there's a lot of story into those areas.
I'm sure.
So that led me to a journey to start my first venture, advanced cardiology. So at that time, no one believed that it'll be successful. No one believed that I will be still around, and I'll be probably have packed my bag and left within a few months and left Calgary. So that was hope for many people at that time. So, but destiny had something else in my store. Okay, for me, I didn't know that. So I'm thankful. So had I been accepted for that job, I would have been working as a cardiologist. I would not have been able to grow what I have grown since that time. So I'm in my own, deep down in my heart, I'm thankful to them. So even though I wanted that job, I wanted to work there, they would have wanted, but what it became that them saying no, it made me think differently. So it made me realize the potential I have. So sometimes no is very powerful. You don't want yeses sometimes. A no can give you more push and power and the energy you're looking for, the millions of yes you may get in your
It's a
life.
redirection, honestly. But it is hard emotionally when you've worked hard for something and that's what you're desiring, right? But how is it that you truly go through those experiences? Because this is a behind the scenes kind of interview. We want to know, like, in your experience, like when something like that happens, when you have to pivot, when you have to like change your mindset, what are your practices that you do? Like, I think it's gratification that you do. And
Well, obviously you get disturbed emotionally. You do get bothered by it because I'm a positive person. I'm always in a state of something we call in Sikh religion Chaddi Kala. Chaddi Kala means state of utmost happiness.
it's a choice though too.
It's
So
a
you're
choice.
strong mentally to be able to keep that going.
It is. There are some times when I'm not happy, but those moments are far few of them. Most moments are happier. So I'm trying to push myself in that happier state of mind. Obviously, it's valleys. Life is valleys and peaks. You never have peaks. You never have valleys. There are times you're down. There are times you're really good. Question is, when you're down, get your anger out. Do whatever to help you, and sleep and wake up in the morning and get going. That's it.
Okay.
So I don't have any other mantra behind it. So get angry for that night and do whatever you have to do to get angry and get out and next morning and get going. And giving up is not an option. Giving up is not something I believe in, and I will not give up. If I'm right and I believe I'm right, I will not stop until I make that thing happen.
Okay. That's awesome, guys. That's very good advice. Thank you for sharing
Thank
that. Okay, so let's continue on the bio-aero journey and where you first started with that.
Well, it all started by chance from COVID times. When we all know the dangerous times, we were scared, we were not able to talk to each other, and we were afraid of our friends and family members, husband and wives were jailing each other, just living separately.
Yeah.
Kids don't want to come to the play parents, don't want to hug each other. Remember those times?
I do, yeah.
So many people want to forget those times, but those times gave the birth to bio-aero. At that time, we opened one of the fastest COVID testing labs in Canada or globally.
Yeah.
We built our own chemistry assay, which allowed us to do PCR testing within 30 minutes. When the Alberta government or the nationally, people are getting reported in 3 days or 5 days, we are getting reported in an hour. And that was a game changer for us, and it's all in-house built technology, which we improvise using a hybridization of various concepts in chemistry and science. So that gave us a big injection of capital we're looking for, the money we're looking for. But we're working in a company called Cardi AI. And Cardi AI company was designed, or is still working in this area, where you use artificial intelligence and detect cardiac biomarkers at point of care. Means at your home, in plane or hiking, wherever you could be. So that company has achieved a lot of goals. Intellectual property is very strong. Many patents has been granted internationally. So as we're working on this technology, want to scale up, and no one could make the technology, we realized that one of the use cases of this technology could be in COVID testing. So that's the place we were in, and that allowed us to come up with the name bio-aero, where we're targeting the biology, because with the COVID, we were targeting the biology, doing sequencing of Omicrons and Deltas and this and that. So we were understanding it, but Cardi AI running a lab didn't make sense to us. So it had to be a separate company, bio-aero.
Okay.
Who'll be sequencing, who'll be understanding this new science, who'll be breaking it down for an average person, and helping democratize and access for people. So right now, that access we have in bio-aero, we are very privileged. I feel bad that most people globally don't have that access. I feel bad that people in Canada don't have an access. People in Calgary don't have an access.
That's why this is such a big deal.
Yes, it's huge. Because I have the knowledge. We have garnered the knowledge. We have invested money, resources. There is a financial barrier, obviously. We can make it as cheap as possible. But many people still can't afford those tests. So there is still a gap that exists within the system.
At least there's an option now, I feel, for
Yes.
genetic testing. Let's talk about, before we have to wrap up a little bit here, let's talk about what are the benefits of genetic testing? What are people going to come in and talk to your people about or you about when they come into the clinic? What are they going to get from it? And what are the benefits of knowing your everything in your body and what's going on? Like, it's not even heard of right now.
But
For
knowing is,
Canada, so
I
people
know.
don't understand why would I do this. So from somebody who doesn't know that,
But
what would you
knowledge is
say?
power, right? So if you know everything as much as you can make the right call that can help you, your family, your kids.
Yeah.
If you don't have enough data sets, then you're going to take the wrong call. So as much data you can gather is helpful for you and your doctor. So most doctors are not even trained in this new science. So if you're going to talk to your doctor about these things today, your family doctor, your specialist, they have no clue right now because there was no medical curriculum in genomic sciences. They have heard about a little bit genetics. They have no idea how microbiome works. They have no idea how epigenetics works. They have no clue what is cell-free DNA testing in cancer screening and follow patients with the recurrence of the cancers. They have no clue how to use whole genome sequencing in clinical care of the people. And they're still working in a medicine where you guess the game, guessing game.
Yeah.
I'm going to prescribe this medication. Let's see which side effect this person has.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for benefit, but I don't know which side effect a person will have. So let's play this game.
Ugh, I don't feel like that's a very old way of looking at healthcare nowadays. Now
But
that this
the-
is coming, I feel like, no, this should be the new thing.
But this is a
Obvious.
game right now. When you
Yeah.
go see a doctor today, and there's a game you're getting participating in that, not knowingly that you're going to be given a drug or the test. The doctor doesn't know you're going to 100% get better or not get better, and you'll have a side effect. Doctor have no clue you get a
That's
side
huge,
effect,
yeah.
and you are going to play this game with your life. And you could leave your kidneys out, you could get your harmful impact from some bleeding or some other side effects without getting any advantages. So, but
Wow.
doctor is right, doctor's intentions are right, but doctor doesn't have the tools to make the right calls.
So if you had all the testing, you would know. And yeah, you're right. With cancers and things that are genetically passed down, that'd be great to know that.
Yeah, and
This
plus,
is very important, you guys. This is why we're sitting down with Anmol today. We're going to be doing a series of interviews and documentaries together. But I think people are starting to realize what this is from sharing how much you guys are sharing it. But what do you see the future for this? Like, as this is the staple almost? Or doing some type of genetic testing for each person? Like,
let me walk you back in time zones.
okay.
So time zones when there were Vikings and they were still breaking their bones, they were still having fractures. It's not like humans were not having broken bones, and there was no X-ray technology. So how were they fixing those bones? How were they fixing those fractures? The British,
They had their way, I'm sure.
right? So no one knows it. There were approaches without knowingly trying to fix things, and many people probably got more harm than any benefit. Then X-ray technology got built, but no one believed the engineer that it works properly, and it was discarded. And the guy died from a radiation exposure from an X-ray development machine and a cancer from there because he kept trying to prove with his hand, look, this is how the machine works.
Okay.
And now you move forward, the
Yeah, the
changes of
vest and
life.
stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So angiogram, like angioplasty, people put the stents in the heart, right?
Yeah.
It's a part of, everyone knows angioplasty.
But it had to start from somewhere, right?
Start from
But
somewhere.
yeah, they didn't.
61 years ago. 61 years ago today, as of today, a radiologist did the first angioplasty. He named the angioplasty. It didn't exist. So what he took was, he took a catheter and he opened the blockage under fluoroscopy in an X-ray machine. And when that time he was going to present to his other colleagues, they said, no, this is not a good science. We don't want to do that. People said no to him.
So
But
is
look
that
at
where
today.
you're at now with what you're doing?
There's always a news. So
Wow.
I'm positive. Fast forward 10, 20, 15 years, people are
Yeah.
talking about
This will
is
be
a
the
guy
new-
who was implementing these things.
Yeah.
This is a guy who brought these
From
things in
Canada.
people's hand.
I see that. This is so interesting. You know, as somebody that doesn't know anything about this, you make it a lot of fun to learn, and I want to learn a lot more from you guys.
Thank you.
I'm here with Magazine is so proud to have you on our cover.
Yeah, I heard
as our
about
health and wellness person.
I heard about it, and
oh, have you not seen it yet? Is this the actual
you have
unveiling?
something to see?
There might be something for you to see, though, if you wanted to. This
Wow.
is the actual proof. The first before we, make it 100%.
No way.
There you are. So we came to your longevity summit and actually experienced your chat, your speeches, and I couldn't believe what I learned from that experience myself.
Wow. Thank you.
You make people want to care about their health. And that's the number one thing. That's like the it thing, actually, in the world right now is health and wellness.
Thank you so much.
Timing
Thank you.
couldn't be better.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I know people are going to love it.
I'm here with.
It's going to be on shelves in Los Angeles, Calgary, and we put the magazine wherever we go, all the events that we do. Like you are with us as we walk.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being on our cover.
It means a lot to me. I still remember coming in one of your inaugural editions, part of the story, being the part of the journey.
I brought the magazine itself, you guys, and the picture of you and
I'm
Raman.
so proud of you, like so many years.
Thank you. I felt like I want to say that to you. Thank you for believing in me for so long. Remember this picture? Yeah, you do. And what did it say? Okay, I wanted to read to the audience what I wrote even back then. I wrote, Dr. Anmol and Raman Kapoor, Alberta-based cardiologist, dietitian, producer, and founders of the Dilwalk Foundation. And this is so we had done something about giving advice, and you wrote, pick up a field that you can work in for years. Go for a career that makes you happy, in which you can make a difference to humanity. Be kind to one another. Be passionate about whatever you do. Sometimes your hobby can be your work. Teamwork and compromise are the key for a family to achieve their individual and common goals. You have not changed who you are since 2017. So I feel like, wow. Yeah, you remember that?
Yes.
You guys didn't even know me. And I'd come to your event, and your friends as well were a part of that. And you guys, it was the beginning of when people said the same thing that they're saying to you. I feel like that's kind of what we have in common is that we have to break barriers first to show people something new. And often, like, that's a struggle. But if you don't give up, look where you could be at. Just like Anmol. One day.
And I'm so proud of you, and you never gave up either.
No, I can't. For people like you, I want to keep
for so many years, telling the stories of people, reminding them after so many years, like today you're reminding to me.
Yeah. Of how far you've come.
Thank you.
And how much you mean to the industry, and in Calgary and Dubai and anywhere you go.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
It means a lot to me. Thank you for honoring me with having me on a cover in prestigious magazine. And I'm humbled. Thank you.
Okay, there you go, guys. I have so much more. We're going to have to do more interviews, man.
Sure.
Not enough. I was saying to myself that if you look at everything I wrote for you, this is a documentary. We need to sit like this again.
Guys, we'll have to make more documentaries, and we'll sit down and make the recording.
Yeah, and have like B-roll of you guys like doing your work.
Thank you.
Events. Like, I'm excited. I'd love to do more with you guys for sure.
Who wants to work with me in this documentary? So whoever's interested, please contact us. And it'll be directed by Jill, no one else.
We'll find a better director than me, actually. Maybe Raman.
I'll be the sidekick of the story, or maybe the murder mystery, the guy who kills a person. So I don't know, but it's a mystery that's coming up. Thank you
there's
so
a lot
much.
of amazing things happening in Calgary.
Thank you so much for coming to the show. Really appreciate it, and I'm honored and looking forward to grow with you.
You too, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.